The Canaday Group presents RE/MAX Fine Homes, Luxury Living in Orange County, with your host, Lee Ann Canaday.
Welcome to RE/MAX Fine Homes and the Canaday Group, and we have a wonderful show for you today. And as usual, we will start with our three-dimensional Matterport tours along with our open houses. And don't forget to call us if you see something you want to visit, but it's not open this weekend, because we'd love to give you your own private tour. Take a look. How about putting the sign right over there, Crystal?
Hi, I'm Lee Canaday with the Canaday Group RE/MAX Fine Homes. Welcome to our open house.
Hope you saw something you want to visit, and if you didn't, but you saw it on our website, or you saw it on the back cover of Dream Homes, or you saw it on the back cover of Homes and Land, or you saw it on the back cover of the Orange County Register, or you saw it on the back cover of the LA Times Orange County Real Estate section, then make sure you give us a call, because we will give you your own private tour. Now let's look at some coming soons, some brand new listings, and some just incredible homes. So I'd love to tell you about this gorgeous, phenomenal ocean view. I can't keep my eyes away from the ocean. View property in Laguna Beach. Steps to two wonderful beaches, one of them being Aliso Beach, where there used to be a pier. Now there isn't, but it's a gorgeous beach, and there's a parking lot. Not that you need a parking lot, because guess what? You can walk to it. The house itself it's totally gated, so it gives you a second sense of security. And it's got a 2-car garage. It's got 4 bedrooms, 2 of which are master suites. Plus, there's not only a wonderful family room on the first level, there's a second family room on the second level, which means that if you have a couple of families there, you could have the kids in one area and the adults in another. It makes for quiet adult time, I guess, but it's really nice. And then there's also an area with 2 adjacent kids or secondary suites. So you could easily have 2 families here, really. And it's just a wonderful family home in a fabulous area with incredible views. And it's been redone totally inside and out, as you can see by the pictures. The new stone fireplace, the kitchen's all new, has a wolf range. Like I said, it's got the 2 masters, and it's got 3.5 baths. So it's just a beautiful home. It also has a jacuzzi outside, but the best part is the views. I'm telling you, I just can't keep my eyes off of them. So enjoy. Well, I just got back from the RE/MAX International Convention in Las Vegas, and oh my God, were there a bunch of people there. I think like 15,000 people. And it was, goodbye pillow, so much fun. As you know, RE/MAX sells more international real estate than any other real estate company in the world. In fact, we are in more countries than any other real estate company in the world. I think we're up to about 120 countries. We have the entire Western Hemisphere except for Haiti, and I think that probably has a negative land value in Haiti. But anyway, we definitely sell more real estate. And so I always go to the international exchange. And for years, I was the only American in the international exchange. But, you know, I was international to everybody else. Now there's 3 others that were here this year. There's little copycats. I gave away about 500 of these cute little bags. In fact, if you need 1 or 2 or 3, give us a call. And we will give you your own RE/MAX Fine Homes Canaday Group bag, because I do have a couple left over. But it was so much fun. I had to so many seminars. In fact, I'm going to get 2 more, not probably 3 more actual designations. And if you look at this picture of me with my awards and designations, I'm almost tripping over it. So next year I will be tripping, especially if they have the 4 of them that I had earned that they didn't even have to put on my badge. So anyway, I always win the contest of the most badges on the longest badge thing. Anyway, that's always fun. And the actual seminars and the international exchange and the marketplace, all the new technologies. Oh my God, they're always coming out with new technologies that we have to learn. So anyway, the RE/MAX convention is a total blast. So if you want to go next year with me as my team, give me a call. We'll add you to our team and you will have the time of your life, and you'll meet people from all parts of the world, like Mongolia. I know I've talked about that before, but I saw the Mongolians again. They had the cute little headdresses, and they're just so cute. They're so fun, they're so nice, and again, it's all throughout the world. Well, I'm happy to introduce another segment of Latte with Lee Ann, and today I've got the partner of a law firm, and her name is Ariana Burris, and she went to the same university that my daughter did, and where I was on the board at Chapman, right?
Yeah.
And I have the Chapman Amphitheater.
Oh,
Did
yes.
you ever see that?
Of course.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Of course.
Very cool. So I thought it was really important to talk about probate. And as you know, not only am I a probate specialist, I have that designation, but several of my team as well have that. And that's the reason we kind of started talking.
Yep.
And there's a lot of things about probate people are kind of a mystery to people. So I thought it would be good to bring on the expert in probate and you can discuss some of the things that puzzle people.
Sure.
And some of the issues that can arise that you don't want to have arise or whatever. And maybe we can take them one at a time.
Sure.
Yeah?
Sounds good.
Good. So what would you like to address first?
Well, in general, the probate process in California occurs when someone passes away with or without a will. That's one of the biggest points that people don't quite understand. A will is great, but it just provides an instruction manual for the probate proceeding. So when folks pass away and they have more than $184,500 worth of assets that don't have somewhere to go. So they don't have a co-owner on an account, they don't have a co-title holder for real property, there's no beneficiary designated for an account, then whatever asset that is has to go through the probate process.
Aha.
Yeah.
184,000. Well, in Southern California,
It's nothing. Yeah.
It's nothing. There's probably nobody, very
Right.
few people that
Right.
have that issue. Or
Absolutely.
don't have enough to go through probate.
Right, right. So when we have assets that don't otherwise have a destination, we have to create that destination through the probate process. So if there's a will, then the beneficiaries identified in the will are the recipients of that probate estate. If there is no will, then it's what we call an intestate probate, which is no instruction manual. We just look at the probate code and figure out who the heir is. So that could be a spouse, it could be children, it could be far-flung relatives that never knew that the person existed. So
I've seen that.
Yes, can get very cinematic for sure. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, there's an easy way to bypass the probate,
Yes.
and that is a
trust.
trust. So those of you who don't have trusts, you might want to think about it. You must do trust.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be one thing a probate attorney would definitely do just to avoid probate, because it costs money.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, probate is so expensive because there are not only the filing fees for the petition and subsequent documents filed, which are around $600 a pop, which can add up. There are statutory fees for attorney compensation and for the executor or administrator compensation. Right. And on about $1 million estate, roughly, my fee would be approximately $25,000 and the executor or administrator would be the same. So that's a lot right off the top.
$50,000, yeah.
Yeah.
That's 0.5%.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's high.
It's high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to lose 50,000.
No, especially when we can plan for those things ahead of time with a trust and avoid all of that after the fact.
Well, I think we ought to for sure put your name and phone number below here because, and I know Steve well, because the best thing to do is really to circumvent or bypass or avoid it at all costs probate.
Exactly.
But so many people, even Prince, right?
Prince, Aretha Franklin. I mean, there's a long list of celebrities that have had no planning, which always blows me away.
If they have all the money in the world to plan, right?
Right, exactly.
Oh, it's really sad.
Yes.
And then you have like 1% or something, or half or whatever it is, automatically goes out the door. And when you have an estate like Prince,
right?
I mean,
yeah,
a lot of money,
right? And it will go on for a long time because of all of his enduring assets.
And people are always after it, right?
Yes, of course, of course.
So beyond a will, you really would be good to have a trust.
Yes.
But let's say you don't have a trust. Now, there's different types of probate. Some of them, you have to take them to a court and you get so many. So maybe you can explain the nuances of the different types of trusts. Of probates.
Sure. I mean, in California, if assets exceed that threshold, then they will go through probate. So we have really intestate probate and a will-based probate. So in either scenario, we're going to see court supervision of assets and of the administrator or the executor, and then ultimately distribution of those assets out to the beneficiaries. It could take quite some time, just given the pace of our courts here in California, it could be very slow, and every county's a little bit different as well. But again, you can really bypass that whole process just by doing some planning.
Better call Ariana. Okay, so as we know, sometimes the probate, like if we're selling real estate, because that's what we do, the probate has to be, the sale has to be approved by the judge, and other times it doesn't. Right. So maybe you can address that.
So the fiduciary who's managing the estate, so it's either an executor if there's a will or an administrator if there is no will. When they petition to be appointed in that role, we always try to get them what's known as full IAEA, which is the Independent Estates Administration Act. And when an administrator or executor has full powers, as we say, they do not have to seek court confirmation of sale. When they have limited powers, then they do. So in that situation, unfortunately, a lot of times that really can cause hangups in the sale of real property right at the down to the wire.
Right down to the very end, and they can upbid it by like 5% or whatever.
Someone can show up, they can show up to the court proceeding that day with a cashier's check and outbid, your buyers that are sitting there, waiting.
Okay, wouldn't that stink?
Yes.
If you were a buyer?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you really you have to prepare for the ultimate.
Right.
And I know people don't like to prepare for things like that, but it sure as heck makes a lot better on the heirs if you do.
Absolutely. It's one of the only inevitables that we all have.
Right.
And it's going to happen whether we've planned for it or not.
Exactly.
And leaving behind the wreckage of lack of planning is such a burden on families, on loved ones, on friends. It can really draw in a lot of people. And so to avoid that is such a gift to the next generation.
It's such a gift.
Yeah.
Plus there can be family infighting if you...
Yes.
I'm sure you've seen that.
Just a couple times.
The perfect family becomes...
It comes apart at the seams.
It does.
Absolutely.
It does. Well, do you have anything else that you think would be a salient issue from a probate or even trust standpoint that you think is important to address on this segment?
You know, I think there's a misconception out there with the public and all different walks of life that you have to be super wealthy, have a lot of assets to do planning, and you just don't. In California, again, we have a $184,500 threshold. So if you own your studio apartment, you're going to be there, right? And so estate planning is not just for the wealthy, it's for everybody. And it doesn't always have to mean a trust. It could mean powers of attorney, it could mean just a will, whatever it is. But having a plan for your stuff, no matter what it is absolutely the key.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
An executor, right?
Right. A trustee.
A trustee, everything. All of those above. And you can help with that as well.
Oh, for
right?
sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. That would probably be something you would spend a lot of time doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have maximums or minimums of my clients. I just the common person is my client. All the whatever that may be.
That comes from the Chapman upraising, right?
That's right. Yes.
Upbringing. That's great. It's been such a pleasure, Ariana, having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
And we'll bring you back. Maybe we can do one segment only on trust.
Sure.
Or, something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll have lunch at Newport Beach Country Club.
Sounds good.
Anyway, thank you so
you.
much for coming in. I know all of your information is below. And we'll see you next time on this show.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Lee Ann here, and at the Canaday Group, we take great care of our buyers. In fact, we have authored a home buyer's guide for you who are home buyers and would really like to know what the process of buying a home is, what kind of steps you go through, what are all the things that you have to be aware of. There is so much in buying a property. You need to deal with experts in the business. It took us 6 months to put together this home buyer guide, which we think is pretty perfect. So if you need one, give us a call at the Canaday Group. We'd be happy to either mail you a hard copy or send you over an electronic copy. Take a picture of this QR code and it'll bring the Canaday Group to you. All of our social media and our website and our YouTube station. Enjoy.
The Canaday Group is a dedicated team of agents and assistants. Under Lee Ann's leadership, this group has provided knowledgeable, professional service for decades. Let's take a look at a few recent successes for the Canaday Group and their clients. You can keep up with Lee Ann, RE/MAX Fine Homes, and the Canaday Group 24 hours a day for real estate and community news, tips for home buyers and sellers, and of course, the latest listings from Lee Ann and her team. Go to our website at canadaygroup.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And remember, Lee Ann's friendly professional team is always available to answer your questions. Call anytime at 949-249-2424.
Hope you enjoyed the show today, because you know we love bringing it to you, and we still are looking for more comments. Remember, we start with the open houses now because a listener called my office and said I had to wait the whole show for the open houses. So now I put them at the beginning. Not that I don't want you to watch the whole show, because we've got some great lattes. In fact, we have another great latte today. So the segments, the different segments of the show are fabulous. But if you're in a hurry and you want to watch it later from our YouTube station, then just go to our YouTube channel, put in Canaday Group, boom, and it pops right up. And you can not only subscribe to it, please, but you can go back in and watch more lattes, more celebrity gossip, mansion gossip, celebrity mansion gossip, more of all the different segments, the tips, everything, or a whole show that you may have missed. Anyway, we will see you again next Saturday at 9 a.m. for more Canaday Group and RE/MAX Fine Homes. See you later.